If 5 people can pressure wash an office building in 6 hours, how many hours would it take 8 people to wash 3 identical office buildings? For this type of question, I really like using the T. We talked about the T in the lecture, but let's briefly explain it here. The T is nothing more than an efficient process to organize your work. In the T, work done goes on the top, rate goes on the bottom right, and time goes on the bottom left. We multiply across the vertical line and we divide anytime we move across the horizontal line. Essentially, this follows the formula work is equal to rate times time. Let's see how this works in practice. First of all, we have 5 people and they can pressure wash an office building in 6 hours. Well, what I like to do is I like to remind myself this is the 5-person T. They do 1 office building, that's the work. They do it in 6 hours. And remember that rate is work divided by time, so the rate for 5 people to pressure wash an office building in 6 hours is 1/6. Now, let's set up the second T. The second T will deal with the number of hours it takes 8 people, let's put the 8 in there to remind ourselves that's the 8-person T, to wash 3 identical office buildings. So we're looking for whatever the time is here, that's the answer to our problem. But we have to go through an intermediary state here, because we have 5 people and 8 people. We know what the rate is for 5 people, but that's going to change when we bring this over here and get the rate for 8 people. So what we do is we set up a proportion. What we can say is that 5 people can do the job in 1/6, just like 8 people can do the job in X. Okay? As a result, we see that 5x is equal to 8 divided by 6. We see that 30x is equal to 8. We see that x is equal to 8 divided by 30. That is the rate for 8 people. Okay, using that proportion, we went from the rate of 5 people to the rate of 8 people. The rate of 8 people is 8 over 30. What we have here now is 3 divided by 8 over 30, which is the same thing as 3 over 1 times 30 over 8. Remember, we flip and multiply. This gives us 90 over 8, which reduces down to 45 over 4. And of course, this is in hours. So to wash 3 buildings, if there were 8 identical workers, this would take us 45 over 4 hours. This is the answer E. Okay, so again, we use the T, work up top, rate on the bottom right, time on the bottom left.